Episode 058.
My name is Ajay. I studied at the University of Sydney. I came from Zimbabwe and I completed my bachelor's in biomedical engineering in Australia. And I'm now working in Cambodia in development, working largely in water-related issues, drinking water supply and irrigation. I'm really interested by creative people, what triggers people's creativity and inspiration. I was part of this rat race, this system, and I think Cambodia has allowed me to really tap into sort of more innovative and creative aspects of my work.
Welcome to Innovator Diaries, a show where influencers and leaders from all walks of life share their story and experiences. You learn the strategies and action points that have helped them find success and get to where they are today. You'll hear their stories and valuable advice to help you on your own path. These messages may also help somebody you know, so please share.
Ajay, I'm really excited to talk to you today because I think you've done something that many people are scared of doing, which is leaving a good job, leaving a good salary, and then going overseas to the unknown and to try to help people and try to help the community. And you did exactly that, and you've been doing it for a few years, so I think that's fantastic. So hopefully with this chat we can get some advice for people wanting to do that, and if they have concerns, your story will help them with any issues they may have. Okay?
Sure.
So maybe to start, if you could please tell me a little bit about your childhood, who was the most influential person in that stage of your life?
I grew up in Zimbabwe. I was actually born in the UK, and my family moved when I was very young. I don't remember much about my life in the UK. So my childhood was defined by growing up in Zimbabwe and the schooling system I went through there. I guess the most influential and inspirational person growing up was my father. I really looked up to him. And
why?
He was really my role model in the way that he approached things and the way he supported us in the family. He was very sort of technically minded, and he had a way of solving problems, which I really sort of found appealing. So I think that shaped a lot of the way I see life. And of course I grew up in a very big family, a big extended family, and my values were shaped by growing up in that cultural context. I'm Indian, and so I grew up in an Indian community with a large extended family. So I've been influenced a lot by certain cultural heritage from that aspect, and we were really well supported and provided for in terms of being given the best education that Zimbabwe could afford, could give us. Yeah, so I'm very grateful for that, and I obviously was able to draw from the way the family ran our business and the decisions they made regarding growing the business and supporting the family as well, and being creative and innovative in that aspect.
How do you use that influence that your father had in your childhood, like all the things he taught you? How do you think you're using those now in your life?
My dad was a very analytical person, so he looked at things almost in a very black and white way, which has its pros and cons, I guess. I chose to be in the technical field because I was inspired by what he could do, and I used technical analysis, I guess, in my approach to solving a lot of problems. On the flip side, I think because of that as well, I haven't been a very big picture kind of guy with a visionary. I've always sort of tried to look at problems in a very narrow way and try and solve a problem. A good analogy I like to use is some people look at the stars and the moon and think, how do I get there? But I've kind of always had my head to the ground, and I see a problem and we'll work it out, try and wonder how to fix the problem. So I think I've
Want to listen to the entire interview? Simply go to innovatordiaries.com/episode number. Or you can find this episode and hundreds of other great stories on Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast player is. Please check me out on LinkedIn. Follow or connect with me, as I'm very proactive on that social network. And finally, subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll get all the new stories as soon as they're released. See you next time.